Hi guys, this evening we're going to be doing a hair vlog. Sorry that I'm in pyjamas and that I have no makeup on. I've just literally had a hot shower, taken all my makeup off, done a face wash, and as you can see, washed my hair. And I didn't see the point in getting back into normal clothes for this. So that being said, you can see my dressing gowns in the background as well, just in case I need that. I might get a bit chilly as I am sat on the floor. But basically, a lot of people ask me when I have my hair beach waved, what I do to achieve that. So I just thought I would do a quick vlog, really, show you guys what it is that I do. It is a very, very simple process, and so that I don't put heat on my hair, I do go to sleep like this. So this is going to be a two-part vlog. First part is where I'm going to be actually prepping the hair and plaiting or Dutch braiding all of it, and then second part obviously is waking up then the next day. I tend to leave it until a bit later on in the day as well. If the plaits are still intact and they still look fine, I just leave it in. I don't see the point in taking it out. It means it's out of my way then all night, all day as well. So at some point tomorrow then I will come back to you, take them out and show you what I do to make it look really full, fun, funky, that sort of thing. And usually with my Dutch braids, if I put them in properly, which I'm hoping to do today, fingers crossed and all of that, my Dutch braids usually last around 3 to 4 days, and if I'm going a long period without wanting to wash my hair, for example, I have stages where I have severe eczema on my scalp, and during those times I need as much natural oil from my skin to help clear that up. Shampoos, conditioners, those sorts of things don't tend to help. Even the medicated shampoos and things don't help my scalp if my eczema flares up. So what I tend to do then is I will wash the hair and dry it in those occasions, Dutch braid it, leave it in until the Dutch braids are pretty much falling out, and then I will loose all of those, and I can then go a further 2 days with my hair looking in beach waves then, so that I don't need to touch my hair, I don't have to touch my scalp. Everything then just gets a really, really good break, and yeah, it really helps. So as I say then, today we are going to do Dutch braids, ready for the beach waves to show tomorrow. I tend to try and do between 4 and 5 Dutch braids all the way across the head, or going backwards. But yeah, so let's get cracking. I always use the argan hair treatment, if it will focus. So yeah, the argan oil hair treatment. This is just what I put on when my hair is wet. It helps repair and rejuvenate, and it leaves hair shiny, smooth and healthy. Not everybody's hair can take this. I tend to use 3 to 4 squirts depending on how bad my hair is. I try to always stay away from the roots. I don't want my roots to get too greasy, but this is something that is perfect, especially because my hair is bleached. So with me wanting to grow my hair out, I'm really, really wanting Rapunzel hair. So I tend to try and put as many sort of protective products on my hair as possible. I tend to try and stay away from heat as much as possible as well. This is all just personal preference. As I say, this is just so that my hair can sort of rebuild itself in between colours. The great thing about not being able to get my roots done at the moment means that all of my hair is having a really good break at the moment. Not wearing a lot of makeup is really, really helping as well. Not that, you know, you can tell at the moment, but usually, yeah, not wearing makeup, not being able to get my hair done, because I usually get it done every 4 to, well, I say 4 to 6 weeks, it's more 4 weeks to be quite honest. I have my roots done and a bit of a trim if it needs it, but I am trying to go without them as well. So the next thing then I use is the Got to Be Twisted Double Curling Power Curling Mousse. Absolutely love this stuff. It's got a really good hold to it. It also helps with frizz, so not only does it help hold the beach wave in, it also then helps tame the frizz that can come with letting Dutch braids out. What's the matter with you? Sorry, the dog's having a bit of a whinge today because he's had a haircut, so he's not impressed either. So you might hear him crying quite a bit. So yeah, with this, I try not to put too much in because I'm not somebody that absolutely loves sort of holding products in my hair. My hair tends to hold quite well anyway. But for the vlog, I thought, if I'm gonna do it, better do it properly. So, didn't just drop that. So yeah, tend to use, if I do go for it, I go for quite a bit, especially as my hair is very thick. So because of my hair being very thick, a little bit of product doesn't tend to go that far for me. It does help that I do already have quite a bounce in my hair. That does often help quite a bit as well. Make sure my fringe has got a bit. And the dog's looking at me as if I've lost my marbles, so mind you, that's not far wrong either, to be quite honest. Okay, so I literally, with the mousse, I just scrunch it all the way through. You know, you're going for a beach wave look anyway, so you might as well sort of scrunch the hair up a little bit to help that along. Make sure it is all the way in and you've put it in quite evenly. You don't want to put too much in one spot and then end up with like a clumpy look at the end. So yeah, just make sure it is all throughout and even. Preference each to their own. Add as little or as much as you want. You'll know your hair better than I will. Obviously, I've never met you guys. So if you've got fine flyaway hair, it tends to be a little bit better to put a bit more in. But the problem you've got, as I say, is when it does set, it can in some instances set quite hard. So yeah. Okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to section this off into 5 and start braiding. So I may go a little bit quiet for this one, guys. Okay, actually, change of plan. What I'm going to do is, I've sectioned it into 3. I'm going to do the middle braid first. So I'm going to do this one all the way down and through. And then what I'll do is I will section it then as I complete the braids, just so that all of the hair is out of the way. I have got layers now since I've done this. So yeah, it's going to be a lot easier if the hair is sort of in the 3 instead of in the 5. So, let's get this done. that is the first braid in. It is not the straightest, and I could feel as I was going down at the back the sectioning isn't the straightest either. You're not really going to see that obviously when the braids are in. If you're going to keep them in for a long period of time, then yeah, you would notice that. But if you're just going to do like I am for tonight and just literally put them in and then sleep in it, then you're not going to see the braid, like the back. Nobody else is going to see the back either. What I do tend to do with mine is I always double bobble. That is purely because I am petrified of the bobble snapping, and at least this way, if you've got a few bobbles on each braid, if the bobbles for any reason do snap, then it is protected and it's not going to come out, and you've got extra sort of supply then to keep it all going. So yeah, that's what I tend to do. So I always end up having achy arms as well when I've been doing this. I obviously need to either work out more or work out less the night before that I'm going to do this. Okay, so we are going to section the next bit. Okay guys, so as you can see, that is 3 of the braids now in place. As I say, they are a little bit messy at the back. I can feel that as I'm going down, you know, my partings aren't quite straight today, but the tops are straight and I can't see the back. So to be honest, I don't really care about the back. I do have the other 2 plaits to do, so I am going to do them quickly off camera and then I will come back to you. So see you in a minute. Hi! I finished them. They are all in now. So I've got all 5 of the braids in, as you can see. As I say, what I'm going to do now is I am actually going to sleep in these tonight. I'm going to leave them in as long as possible tomorrow as well, if they are still intact. They should be. I don't know why they wouldn't be. They always tend to last quite a while with me, so as I say, we'll leave them in as long as possible. And we should have some lovely beach waves to go with it. Welcome back, guys. Okay, so my light is going to look a bit funny because I've got the TV on. I have muted it, but every now and again you may find that I go funny colours, so I am sorry about that. Also, again, sorry about the clothing choice. It's lockdown. I have lockdown wardrobe and people wardrobe, and this is lockdown wardrobe, so Christmas pyjamas! Who needs anything else in their life, really? Basically, I Dutch braided my hair, so that is all in. It is all dry. I slept in this overnight, and this is to get the beach effects of beach waves. So yeah, I slept in it last night. It's about 8 o'clock tonight now. I was going to take this all out earlier, but I've been doing so much today that I figured, well, it's up, it's out of my way, there's no point touching it. I knew that I could finish this a little bit later on in the day. So yeah. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take out the bobbles and the braids themselves, and then just sort of style it slightly. I'm not going to put any other products in it today. As I've said to you in the past, I don't like my hair personally fully loaded with products. I would rather it be quite natural looking. I like it so that there's still quite a lot of movement in it. I don't like it too full. So let's get started and see if I can take these out without actually cutting the bobbles today. So, ooh, that was quite good. One down, apart from there still being bobbles stuck in my hair. I hate taking these little elastics out. I always end up either cutting them out and cutting my hair, or ripping half of my scalp out as I do it. But they're the best for these sorts of things because you can plait lower down. When I do this, if I'm sort of going out and not just for the vlog, I do sometimes plait it a little bit lower, or I do the plaits slightly smaller, and that's just so that when you do the plaits thinner, you can plait down the hair further. But again, it is all personal preference, so just do what feels right to you, really. I would advise never putting a brush through this though, because I've only ever done that once and my hair went super frizzy and I couldn't actually do anything with it. So I ended up having to put all of the top section up just so that I could sort of live with it for the 24 hours so that I didn't have to wash it again, sorry. But yeah, so it's all sort of coming out quite nice today. I am quite happy with how these braids are coming out. I almost wish that I had somewhere to go. But once I've taken this out, as it is 8 o'clock, I would imagine that I'm gonna be having a party for one and playing a bit of Animal Crossing. So yeah, very rock and roll lifestyle at the moment. Hi Taco. The dog's also wanting to come and sit on my lap. He's a bit of a diva today. I don't know what's wrong with him. He's very clingy and very mummy orientated. So okay, that's 4 of the plaits out, so you can see it has gone very nice and sort of crinkly. It's very beach wavy. My hair takes to these so well. I love the effect that comes out from doing beach waves. As I said, you know, the longer that you can keep these in, the better. Whenever we go on holiday to Florida, I always find as well with this sort of hairstyle that if you know you're going out for a meal in the evening, it's always good, even if you've washed your hair the night before to get the park out of you. I find that this sort of hairstyle is brilliant. If you damp your hair down in the morning, stick some Dutch braids in, even if you just do 2. The longer your hair is, the better it will sort of come out. But I always find that if you do this sort of a hairstyle, you can go to the parks all day, you can come home from the parks, have a quick shower, and then take the braids out, and when you've done that, you've got an instant going out sort of hairstyle if you're going for a meal. So it is the perfect sort of style, really. Okay, so once I've taken the braids out, because of all of the partings, I tend to just sort of try and zhuzh it up a little bit. You obviously don't want to brush it, as I say, because that will just make it frizzy. So at this stage you can always, if you want to, scrunch in a little bit of hairspray or a little bit of freeze wax, whatever sort of products you really enjoy, you can use them. As you can see, I do have a fringe as well, so even with my fringe it always tends to sort of sit quite nice. So I am very lucky. Oh my gosh, look at the roots. So yeah, what I do is I just sort of flick my hair around. You know, you can see that the parting is here and it is still extremely straight. So just flick your hair wherever you want, really. Just sort of, like I say, zhuzh it up a little bit. If you do sort of worry that you're going to have lots of straight partings, then what you can do is go in with zigzag partings. Now, I'm a little bit kiffed and I find it quite difficult to do zigzag partings on myself, but if I'm with my mother-in-law or if Rob is around and able to help, then I will get him to do a zigzag parting for me. Again, the best thing to use is a pintail comb and just sort of trace lightly the zigzags down your head. It is quite easy to do, but my problem is that I get to the back and then I mess it up quite a lot because I'm that girl. But yeah, so let me just spin round and you can see the back. So as I say, I haven't actually seen the back, but I have just run my fingers through it, given it a little bit of a shake around, just played with it. You know, as you can tell, I haven't done a lot with my hair at all. Literally all I've done is taken the bobbles out and zhuzhed it up a bit. So there you have it, guys. That is how to achieve the perfect beach waves in 24 hours. As I say, you can do this on wet or dry hair. I did it on wet hair because I had freshly washed it last night, so I just thought put them in and let it dry overnight. If you do this on dry hair, what I would advise is still put mousse in and still and put a little bit of hairspray on the plaits themselves, just so that it has enough to sort of set it slightly and to stop you getting those frizzy flyaways as you sleep. And there is also then the option of actually putting the braids in and either drying it with a hairdryer and drying them in and then leaving it in for sort of 20 minutes to cool down afterwards. Or, as I said, if you know you're going to be going out in the evening or something like that, you can always plait it first thing in the morning, leave it in all day, and then by the time you go out in the evening, it should look relatively similar. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this vlog. I know it is a little bit bitty, I do apologise about that. But yeah, if you do like it, please hit that like button. And please make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more. The more likes on the video that we get, the better it is for my channel. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys. Have a nice day, morning, evening, night, whatever it may be for you, and I will see you all soon. Keep smiling.